Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
And I'm Andrew. Hi, Aunt.
Hi, Andrew. Andrew and I talked for a few minutes before we came on today, and I'm already got tears coming down because it was such good stuff in this
Action.
episode of Salt Lake City.
What are you thinking? You liking it?
Yeah, I am sort of liking it because I do love the fashion. The fashions just blows me up.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that they sort of have that they have like a Ramona type of quality of not having any self-awareness, which I enjoy. I enjoy people who have no self-awareness of how ridiculous they're coming off and they just go with it.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm enjoying it.
I think that I'm starting to see. So on Watch What Happens Live, this is just kind of more of a spoiler before we get into the episode. There's starting to, some pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together of like what Heather's phone call was. And it has something to do, at least is my hypothesis, is that I think that it has something to do with Monica. I think they don't know until that moment that she was a witness in Jen's case. Like, I think she films all season.
Yeah, but how could they not know that she was a witness? Wouldn't they have all been following the trial? I can't imagine.
The witnesses aren't listed. They're all like, they're kind of like the one of the cases against Trump where they're like defendant one or defendant two. Like,
I need help for a minute. It was a federal case, Chen Shaw, right? Yeah, always go to federal. Always go to, if you're going to commit a crime, this is your PSA for the day. Make sure it's federal. The prisons are better.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to commit a crime, you don't want to go to state prison. They're rough. You want to go to federal prison. You might get a nice little country club where you can do yoga.
Yeah.
You know, is Jen, what prison is Jen Shaw in? Do we know?
Something in Texas.
All right. We got to look it up and see what kind. Is it maximum or minimum security?
I think it might be minimum.
Like Teresa's and
kind of.
And like Teresa and Martha Stewart-ish.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart had a great time in prison. She was like doing like a home ec with the kid with the other kids.
I just imagine, I know, but I imagine because they said Teresa, she's like, I taught
yoga,
cook, I did some cooking, and I just imagine her being behind the lunch counter going, have another sloppy Joe. That's why I'm here, because of a sloppy Joe.
I don't think do the prisoners give out each other's food, or they have other people come in and bring
I think she said she worked in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Well, I try to stay out of the kitchen personally. That's all I can say.
You think Teresa gets triggered by sloppy Joes saying she went to prison because of a sloppy Joe?
Well, who do you think is sloppier, Joe G or Joe G?
I mean,
I think
there's a reason why their names are pretty similar.
I will say this: Joe Giudice is living his best life.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He is living his best life.
So is Monica.
Monica. Well, you know, I'm not sure if Monica, my first impression of Monica is that she is going to bring something, though this is the first time I've watched Salt Lake, so I'm not pretending.
Yeah.
But I did feel a little sympathy for her talking about she really can't afford being a housewife.
No, but I think it's kind of like.
she cried buying a Louis Vuitton bag because she can't afford it. And so I thought to myself, ooh, this is going to be rough for her because some of these women got real money. I assume it's real money.
Yeah, but I also have to say that isn't that the reality of Housewives? Isn't that the good Housewives? Isn't that what makes Housewives good? When you have the really rich, like the Lisa Vanderpump, and then you got the struggling Brandy Glanville that comes in and shakes it up.
I guess. And I'm trying to think of Bethany didn't have a lot of money. And then you had like Jill was, renting Bentleys. Yep. And then you had like Gretchen Rossi. She was just sort of getting by. And
the two jerseys.
And Laurie Peterson, she'd have the crap all over the house. Yeah, with the cat and the dog.
And the two housewives that got away that we never should have let go. The twins from New Jersey with the Dunkin' Donuts and the blowjobs, and the parents that slept with the mother. They had great storylines.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right. They did. But they were too, what was hard about them?
Angelo.
And they looked too much alike. It got confusing. What was one? I know, but what was one? Lisa?
No, it was Teresa.
Oh,
and Nicole.
And Nicole. Yeah, I see.
Freya.
Well, they had the other one whose husband was a little slime too.
Not Teresa. Teresa Apraya.
It was too confusing to people because
Totally.
they spelled it the same way.
But yeah, so I like Monica.
Yeah, I like Monica, but if she can buy fake boobs, she should be able to buy real bags. That's just my
I guess
thing.
it's what's most important to you. Do you want to have baggage on your chest or baggage on your arm?
I mean, the boobs are a little much in her talking heads. They're just way out there. And let's listen, she had a great conversation with her mother, her kids. She's just there folding the baby bibs. I mean, God bless her. Okay. But the boobs need to go away. And I kind of feel for her. Her father's gay.
Yeah.
And lives with a guy in Florida. And
she married into the Mormon church. And she's from Boston.
And she's from Boston. She's Portuguese, which doesn't go together. Portuguese Mormon. I never heard of one of them before.
No.
And she is from Boston, but she has her family there with her.
Yeah.
And she slept with her brother-in-law.
Woo, it's juicy.
And she got excommunicated. Why did she go tell the priest? Oh, well, the pastor or whatever they call them. What do they call them in the Mormon church?
Isn't that what they're supposed to do?
What, go tell them? No,
I've been told my whole life, Jesus.
I don't think they have confession. I don't know. I don't know enough about the Mormon church. I don't think they necessarily have confession. I think she just wanted to get it off her chest. Very few religions have confession like Catholics do, by the way.
Oh, well, I just think that it showed,
that's why I love the Jewish race, the Jewish faith.
Yeah.
When they have their Day of Atonement, is it Yom Kippur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. They just fast for the day and they're sorry for their sins and they're gone. I love that.
Yeah, I think that's nice.
I just don't eat one day and then everything's gone. I think it's fabulous. I love it.
Well, I can say this, Heather. I appreciated that Heather had the conversation with her because Heather is a bad Mormon, as we know.
Yes,
I was actually on a call yesterday with Heather's book agent about a different author, and she was
cool.
And when I told them, the other author was on the call too, and they were like, "Oh, I stalked you, and I see you love the Housewives, so they must have seen our stuff because they must have seen it." And they go, "We see that you like Salt Lake City. Well, we represent Heather Gay," and I was like, "Oh, I love her. The book did so well." And then this other author was like, "Oh yeah, I've read it too. Like she's like great." And I go, "But do you watch the show?" This is what I said on the call, and they said, "Yeah." And I go, don't ever turn down an interview for Daddy Andy, because if you do, just like Erin, if you make her mad, she'll date your dad.
Yeah.
If you make Andy mad, he'll put your assistant who was your rat informant on the cast.
On the TV. Place. That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Mm-hmm. But I will say that I felt bad for Monica. I liked that Heather was empathetic with her. It just continues to show me. And I have to say, I know one Mormon person. I work with the person. I don't mind saying it. And they too have shared so many just issues with like kind of just how the faith is brought into people's lives. Mm-hmm. It really doesn't give you much room to mess up. And we all do mess up in life.
Yeah,
some more extreme than others.
Yeah, right. Well, I thought it was funny when she asked her, when Monica told her that as soon as she got excommunicated, she went to Victoria's Secret and bought 20 panties. Because they wear these white undergarments. And if I get some of the names wrong, forgive me. It's Heather.
Heather,
was the bad Mormon.
Yeah, the Heather.
And she said that she was afraid of the death oath. So I went and looked up death oath. And death oath is that if you leave the faith or stop wearing the underwear or whatever it is, that you're going to have a horrific death.
Oh my God, that's so horrible.
Yeah, they got rid of it. It said in 1990.
I'm curious to see what happens with Lisa Barlow's son going on the mission, because as we know, Lisa just loves a Vita cocktail. She loves this, she loves that. And Whitney made a very nice statement on Watch What Happens Live, which I appreciated, was when Andy brought that up. Whitney goes, she's her own kind of Mormon.
Yeah,
which I thought was a very politically correct way of saying it, because Whitney left the faith as well.
Oh, okay. So who's Mormon on this show? Whitney was, Heather
Heather was,
Lisa
Meredith
sort of
was.
Is.
I don't think Meredith is anymore, or I don't know about Meredith. Lisa is. The thing about Lisa, you can tell her husband is very Mormon.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
And you can just tell that like he's very quiet, he's very reserved, he's very level-headed. You can just tell that he really thinks about things in a way that is definitely more organized and a little more subtle. And then baby gorgeous Lisa Barlow, she's just living the
I
dream.
really like Lisa. Am I supposed to like Lisa?
Yeah, you're actually this cast, you're supposed to like a lot of them. And as Whitney
Okay,
said,
good. Yeah, but
Whitney
I did
said
write
once they
that
got rid of
down. Am
Jen,
I supposed to like her? Because I do really like her.
she's
Is
fine.
Sean okay? Let's talk about Angie K a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
she got 10 salons, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Her daughter sleeps with them, which is maybe is going to be detrimental to the marriage in the long time. And she really shouldn't put her husband last. He's got to be self-important once in a while.
Don't talk about the husband.
Is he bald?
Oh yes, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah. Well, I haven't seen under his head. Every single time I've seen him, he's got a hat on, but it suits him in Salt Lake because it's cold 11
Yeah.
and a half months of the year. I thought it was funny that everybody was in pain after the snowball fight.
Oh yeah.
The
Well, I
week
will tell you,
before,
you start to put
they
the
were
puzzle
all.
pieces together.
I
There's
know.
a snippet from the super tease where they say they think you're in the Greek mafia or whatever. And
I
so
know
now
that was
I'm
good.
like, oh, why? Because she's got 10 salons. So you think she's using them as fronts for money?
Yeah, that's
We
probably.
come
She
from a
probably.
salon family.
Yeah, we do.
Some are
But they're
legitimate.
probably. She's probably a very hard worker. You
Your
know.
parents were.
My parents were, yeah, but they didn't have 10 salons. I want to say at one point in my life, I want to go to a hot springs. I've never been to one. I want to go to one.
To a hot springs or to just hot springs?
No, I want to go to a hot spring. I
Oh,
want to
okay.
go somewhere in the world where I can go submerge myself outside where it's freezing cold in a nice warm bath. I've never done that.
I'm happy for you.
No, because they were. I'm going to tell you when they went to this salon this spa the other day. The only episode I'd seen of Salt Lake before this is when they were at the spa
Oh,
up
yes.
with Mary with Jen Shaw.
Jen Shaw, when she said she was going to choke Whitney.
Yes. So that's why I was like, I've seen the 3 episodes now, and 2 they've been in hot springs. I love the idea. And I
I
also
have a phone call coming in from the Trixie Motel. Hello, how are you? Do you have a 1903 Dom Perignon? God,
no,
Mary M. Cosby.
it was so good. And then he said, "You got pizza." Pizza for 2. Oh,
And I can't wait to see her when she arrives. I can't wait to see her with the pink and watch the whole thing.
She didn't even want when someone gave each other the snack in the bus. She was like, "Oh, crumbs." But she sleeps with her father-in-law. Oh, Lord.
We missed a big part.
Is it her
Do you think
stepfather?
Lisa
Her
Barlow has
father-in-law?
found her ring?
Did she find it?
No, I'm saying, do you think she's found it yet?
$60K.
It went up 10 grand in 5 minutes from confessional to confessional. Okay. It was a $50,000 ring. Then it was 55,000.
Well,
and by the end, it was 60.
Maybe it was inflation. She had to factor
As it was
in.
lost. Every minute, it gains an extra 1,000 in value.
You know what else I thought was really funny is when Heather said that she can't trust Angie K because she had a perm in high school. I thought that was hysterical. It was like, I've had trust issues with her because she didn't really have curly hair. I don't know what that means. Perms were big back then. By the way, mine's natural. I just want to say that.
I think that
Mine's
Angie
natural.
K could go a long way with Heather.
Oh my God, the pizza. Wait till Mary gets to the hotel.
Trixie Motel. I think that the thing about Angie K is that Angie K could put a lot of pressure off herself if she just would say, Heather, this is no excuse, but I made a rookie mistake on this show. And I talked shit to try to get attention and make up a weird story that had no merit. I am so sorry that I let you be the brunt of the joke. It was totally a joke. I'm sorry. Because what she said about Jen Shaw,
with the
Jen Shaw, the scissors or whatever.
Yeah. They said they was doing Barbie kick scissors. That was a great line, though. I mean, but it was a great line the way she said it. And they were both there like, what are Barbie kick scissoring? She didn't get it.
It was almost as ostentatious as Kim D. I just said it. That's what I want to say, Teresa. I think he cheated on people when Teresa's like, you don't know. And Kim D has a new podcast called Keeping It Real with Kim D. And if you want to find funniest laughs on planet Earth, and I don't know if people have TikTok out there. It probably is on Instagram too, but I saw it on TikTok. But look on Instagram. I'm telling you, there are these Kim D's tagline for her new podcast is "You're gonna die." It's so stupid, but it uses words that like someone must have told her to use. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. Kim D. Kim D. Keeping it real with Kim D. Kim D. Paola. And she is, let's just see. Kim D. Why is this doing this? So what do you think before when I look for this? What do you think about the Trixie Motel?
Well, I want to say that I think half the reason why Whitney went separate, besides she was bringing Angie as a surprise, is that she didn't want to go on Southwest. I can't imagine Mary Cosby flew on Southwest.
No, probably not. But I'm surprised.
Well, they were showing
Meredith
the
did.
flight that they showed they all got on was the Southwest. I know it's not a long flight from Salt Lake to Palm Springs. If I say Palm Beach, excuse me, I know it's Palm Springs. But I thought I can't see Mary Cosby actually doing being in Corral 3 with Southwest.
Okay.
Can you?
No, I can't. I can't imagine them picking their seats either. But let me see.
I mean, I
kinda
just
wanna
can't.
see. Oh, let's see. What is the tagline?
Who said the other day? Who said in the episode, "More money, more problems"?
Um,
I forget who, but it was the truth.
Monica.
More money, Monica. More money, more problems. That's the truth.
Wait, where is this? Let's see. Outfit of the day. Oh my God, this is just, it's so great because I just need you to see this.
I also want to say when they did get to the Trixie Motel and they started arguing about not arguing, but already it's
From Housewives villain, from Real Housewives villain to real life victor.
Ooh, how's Porsche doing? Porsche Porsche clothes.
Posh. You were talking about Porsche. I was like, Porsche?
Posh.
Posh. I think it's fine. Piece of shit. Home wrecker. Co-core every day.
Oh my God, it's so good. Anyways, I want to say that
Trixie Motel.
When they started with they got there early of who's going to get what room. I mean, I can't
I can't either.
Oh, it's so overdone. What
It's
is it
overdone.
with these women in their rooms?
Also, Whitney, what'd you do? Go to a gay club once and run into Trixie Motel, and that makes you guys old school friends?
Yeah, and I wrote Heather lost her dignity. And what did I mean by that? Why did I say Heather lost her dignity? I wrote Heather lost her dignity, but now I can't remember why. I probably shouldn't have brought it up if I don't know why. I'm just saying.
It could be mystery. Maybe we'll find out soon. It's like her eye.
I just thought, yeah, maybe that was it. So what do you think happened with her eye?
Jen Shaw cracked her in the face accidentally, I don't think. I don't think it was
Oh,
on
yeah,
purpose.
you told us that last time. I did think that I want to say this. I may not be a place I booked the Trixie Motel only because I really don't like motels. I'm going to be honest. I like a
higher.
No, I like a hotel with a lobby. It's just me. But I do. Well, I've stayed in some hotels up at Kennebunkport.
The one that you stayed in
was really nice. I loved it. You just drive your car right there. You go in your room. The ocean's there. That was nice. I mean, but I'm not a motel. But I think Trixie's kind of fun. I think let's not do.
Why not? We're giving them some PR.
All right. Well, the Yachtsman.
It's a beautiful.
It's a great spot. Anyways, I would stay at the Trixie Motel. I thought it was kind of cool. I was wondering actually if Trixie brings you your room service, because I don't know how many people work there, but I can imagine her getting. You know what? I wonder if it's going to end up like the Benton Motel.
I was about to say the best show is to bring the owners of the Benton Motel and have them run the Trixie Motel with Sonia and Luann as the housekeeping staff.
Yes. There's a crossover there somewhere. And I do want to say, I don't know if I should say it now or when we review OC, but Bravo did New York no favors by having these ladies go away to the Trixie Motel, which is going to be good, and the OC ladies having their Mexican adventure at the same
Vicky
time, with Vicky surprising and everything, which we haven't gotten to yet, and with
Salt Lake going to this pretty pink bright hotel with Whitney bringing Angie K, who wasn't invited.
Boring women going to Anguilla who don't know how to have a good time. It was just not even bad programming.
When they get mad at each other, they steal each other's belongings and put it in timeout.
I just don't get that, to tell you the truth. But I can't wait to see when they all arrive. And you know, it was funny. They all couldn't figure out the code either. I just figured this is gonna be one hot mess when they get to the Trixie Motel. I hope they all just go with it. I don't know how many cities would go with it. Let's put every other city in the Trixie Motel. How would the OC be? They'd be fine.
Yes, totally fine. Beverly Hills would be fine too because they love drag queens
and they all know Palm Springs.
Gay
they
people,
all know
they love Pump. It's
right.
It's LA. It's like they love that stuff.
How would Atlanta be?
They would be fun, but it would have to be something where one thing that I believe would have to be with Atlanta is they would have to have more interactions with the drag queens. It would kind of have to be like Bolo. It would have to be like, oh yeah, give me that show. Like,
yeah. Oh, Bolo. Let's not forget him.
Dallas would be kicked out.
They would,
because they're all homophobic, they're all transphobic, they're all racist. No, not all.
Okay, all right.
What they got in trouble for.
How would New York be? This group in New York would not do well at the Trixie Motel.
They would do fine, but they would be boring, even at the Trixie Motel.
And Jersey?
It would be hard, I think, because imagine we've had a progression of just LGBT on Jersey. We've gone from Judice saying the thing. We've gone from the Danielle's the ex-con guy calling Chris Manzo the F word.
Yeah.
So they've had a very long journey with accepting of gay, lesbian, all these people. I'd be curious to see how they do. I think there'd be a lot of
interesting, wouldn't it?
There'd be a lot of words that maybe are not PC, like politically correct. There'd be a lot of phrases that Teresa would be like saying something funny that she wouldn't mean to be offensive, but it would probably be
would come out offensive. Yeah. They'd all be saying, but I love them or something like that.
And Miami would
come out. Oh, Miami would feel at home.
Yeah. It's like the Palace on South Beach. Oh, trash. I don't like that brunch. It scares me. I want my eggs scrambled. I don't need anything sunny side up. Okay. Anywho.
I love going to Miami though.
Yeah.
I'm sad when I go by the Versace mansion though.
Oh yeah.
It always makes me sad.
I like to do the walk from the beach like Cunanan did, where he came from the beach and he walked straight up. It's like very cryptic. Imagine being on South Beach that day and watching that.
It was a great show on
was
it American Horror Stories?
Oh yeah.
Whatever it was.
Ryan
Whatever
Murphy did
it was.
An incredible job.
Yeah, I loved it. It was so good. I love how he has the same cast in
Sarah Paulson is insane. Amazing. The fact that Sarah Paulson could do Linda Tripp, and who else did she do? Something else in another one that was like,
oh, I don't remember who she did, but I love that he brings in Judith Light for every single one.
Oh yeah.
Because she's so good. She can do it all. Judith Light's great.
Salt Lake is just well on its way. We love it. And we can't.
I just want to say I laughed more in Salt Lake in 2 episodes than I have the whole time in New York. Oh, of course, because I haven't laughed once in New York. Oh, but I digress.
Yeah, I'm over it too. I tried to be the light when it came to the Aunt and Andrew on New York, but let me tell you something. The difference between Real Housewives of New York and the rest of the housewives, well, that's just apples and oranges. So anywho, I will talk to you later. So will Aunt, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.